Hello everyone, my name's Kane and welcome back to more Legend Heroes Trails from Zero. Last time, we did a lot more story. We explored the Moon Temple, found a bunch of ghosts and demons and devils in there. And then we had a whole thing where people seem to be... there are a bunch of people in town now who seem to be acting differently. And also, Revachol attacked Heyu pretty badly. So yeah, a lot's happened. This time, well, we had Grace say that she's got some information she wishes to give to us and share around. So let me make sure I've got everything here good. Yep, okay, we're good. Grace.
Oh, well, now there you are. Alright, let me get the chase. Is there anything you're willing to share about the Heyu raid? I'm sure Kao has showered you with all sorts of delightful details over at his office.
Quick as ever.
We even know we visited Heyu. Well, I found out about this incident this morning, and I was heading over to ask Kao some questions when I saw Dudley barge in. And as I was sitting there on the sidelines trying to feel out the situation, who would show up but you guys? Shortly afterward, I see Dudley leave with his typical scowl, and then a bit later, you'll come out looking as worried as I've ever seen. After seeing all that, how do you expect me to not think you learned something huge?
I see. I guess that makes sense.
Still, Grace, I think you know better than anyone that we can't casually disclose information about an open investigation. Well, of course I know that's silly. That's why I call this little chat give and take. After all, aren't you dying for some details on Garcia Rossi?
You mean... real pro dangling the bait right under our noses, aren't you?
As a nice little cherry on top, I might have some juicy info about that so-called auction, too. The way I hear it, Revachol messed up so bad there, or the speaker isn't really interested in speaking with them anymore. I'm sure you're just dying to know how those two things are related, right? Right?
Okay, I'll bite. However, everything about Kao is strictly off the record, got it? I can't stress that enough, Grace.
I see. So the situation is more dire than I thought.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. At the very least, both groups seem to be trying to not involve the public, for now.
Well, no matter which way you cut it, the raid really just came out of nowhere. It might have happened in the dead of night, but I still can't believe they targeted somewhere right next to the news building. Not to mention, it was right down the street from the IBC. Pretty ballsy move, even for Revachol. Yeah, that's true. Things have gotten even worse. It could have made people lose trust in Crosswell as Samaria's trade capital, shaking the whole continent's economy. Right? That's what I'm saying. If this is true, it could mean that info I got was legit after all. What information would that be?
Are you willing to share it now?
Okay, guess it's my turn now. You see, this whole fiasco originated from inside the Mafia. Lately, I've been hearing rumors that Garcia Rossi's control over his goons has been, well, lacking.
Really? Is that even possible? Yeah, I'm having a hard time buying it myself. I can't imagine any of those rank-and-file mobsters spying that walking mountain.
Well, you can choose to believe it or not. But I'm just saying, it might be possible that the incident in the downtown district and the grab for Maine's mining rights weren't on Garcia's orders. From the looks of it, it was some goons on the lower rungs looking to make a name for themselves. If that's what those rookies were after, that would explain why they were so willing to step out of line to get it.
So this isn't even in Garcia's control anymore.
So wait just a second. Are you saying that the raid last night was carried out by low-level members of the Mafia? Well, given the scale of the attack, it's hard to think that, but... if it's true, it definitely helps explain why Garcia was acting the way he was earlier.
Maybe. Come to think of it, he didn't seem to have his usual entourage with him. Does that mean he's lost his grip over Revachol? There's an internal split.
But what's the Don doing during all this? According to what I've been able to gather, Marconi is desperately trying to make up for his giant blunder at the auction. Naturally, he's barring up Speaker Hartman, who was less than pleased at Michelin. He's even trying to lure more influential figures of Crossbell into his fold. Influential figures? Who exactly? Members from Republican faction. I've heard he's met with the CGF commander, too. Really? Is he trying to suppress Hayes' political influence in Crossbell?
And I wonder if meeting with the CGF commander has anything to do with Revachol's weapon smuggling. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. I remember that more of a commander is also one of Speaker Hartman's cronies. I bet Revachol's trying to win back the Speaker's favor through him.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Man, whenever I have these nice little chats with you guys, things just seem to fall into place. It's turned out to be quite a fruitful little info swap.
To be honest, it's been helpful for us as well. But now that we've sifted through all the details, I feel there's something we're missing.
something we're missing. Oh? And what would that be?
Looking over what we know, there seems to be a lot of logical reasons behind each of their actions. The actions themselves are almost random, as though they're not all coming from the same organization. I always got the feeling that RevShay's operations had a certain level of professionalism to them, the kind you'd expect from organized crime. But I don't sense that at all this time around.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's kind of just all random, isn't it? Like, warhounds, and then we're jumping ship to... I don't know.
Hey, you mention it. I'm inclined to agree. RevShay's structure has typically existed as an efficient system designed to take advantage of the large amount of Mira flowing through Crossbell. For them to suddenly deviate so greatly from that system is highly irregular.
So in other words, there's some element in this case that threw RevShay's entire system out of whack. Is that what you're saying? Right. It's just a gut feeling, though. How's description made it sound like these raiders who attacked Heiyu possess unnatural amounts of strength, too? It's possible that could have something to do with Garcia's strange attitude.
Wow, I should have expected this from you, Lloyd. You're one smart cookie, you know that? Hey, if this police thing doesn't work out, how about you join me at the Crossbell Times? We can aim for the Pulitzer Prize together.
I'll have to pass. And I'd appreciate if you didn't make me worry about my employment any more than I already do. Remind me again, what's the Pulitzer Prize thing she's talking about?
It's a prestigious international award given to the most outstanding journalist of the year.
Excuse me for a second. Hi, this is Lloyd Banks of the Special Support Section. I managed to get through. It's me, Bitson, over from Mainz. Oh, the mayor. How can I help you? Is there some kind of problem with Gantz? Well, you see, I'm in Crossbell City at the moment. The casino Gantz goes. He saw it acting strangely, so I decided to call you. Strangely? What exactly do you mean? He's been engaged in a poker match with another customer for quite some time. Things are getting very heated. It may be only a matter of time before violence breaks out. Could you come over quickly and help sort this out? Understood, sir. Barker Casino, right? We're close by, so we'll be there shortly. Okay, I'm counting on you.
Ah, hell. How's the mayor of Mainz?
Sound like he's at the casino. Yeah, apparently Gantz may be getting some trouble there.
Seriously? Have his victories gain him some ill will from his opponents.
Swing Gantz ego and his crazy luck, I could definitely see that happening.
Well, we better hurry on over and assess the situation. Alright, off to Barker we go!
No.
What, did I say something weird? Oh, Grace, it's just that...
There's no point in telling her not to come. Let's just go to the casino. It's fair enough, you know what? It's not like we can stop her from going anyways. I don't have any more save files, so you know what that means. Start save over old save files. Alright, what the hell's happening over at the casino? What's going on? Oh, you came! Praise be the idiots! Hurry, I think a fight is about to break out! Where's Gantz right now? Yes. He's in the middle of a private match in the back room. We don't have time to waste. Gantz can blow up at any second!
Huh? But I thought Gantz was the one provoking his opponent.
What's going on? Fletcher? Eat this, punk! 9, 10, Jack, Queen, and King. Straight flush of diamonds, baby. Try to beat this hand. You can't. You kidding me? I'm betting you pull out of the and that's drawing our last round. Yeah, this is my true talent. You tied one too many games using those tricky hands of yours, but that's coming to an end. You lost now, so show me your hand already. Huh? What are you talking about? I never said anything about losing. Are you kidding me? The only way you'd be able to beat me is with a royal flush. There's no way you could have... And that's where you're wrong, pal. 5 of kind. And with aces, no less. I can't believe what I've seen today. It depends on the game whether a royal flush or a 5 of a kind is the highest possible hand. But either way, it's clear this hand of mine takes that straight flush yours and flushes it straight down the drain. You... Don't screw with me, you damn cheat! Right, yours a commissary, will screw you too! I assure you, nothing of the sort. I swear upon Ayos' name. And during my careful observation of the match, I saw nothing that suggests Mr. Ondo was cheating. Get it! How the hell am I supposed to buy that crap? I got lucky and intuition on my side. I'm supposed to be unstoppable. There's no way I can lose this jackass. Calm yourself.
He's right. You gotta relax, man. Poker's just a game of luck, after all. All this means, pal, is that your luck is run out.
Refuse to believe this crap. Gambling should be a piece of cake after using that stuff. Aha! That stuff. The hell are you talking about? Guns! Oh no. There's no way hell I can lose! Stop! Let go of me! Let go of me, damn it! You have to calm down, Gantz. What's with this insane strength? Gantz, stop this madness!
Oh, this is my favorite pals. How's it hanging?
Now it's not the time. I don't really think this is the time, Butcher. How can one man be so suspicious? I'm almost impressed. Well, this guy's quite the character. An acquaintance of yours.
Sorta. Not like we know squat about him, though. Well, all the fun. 5 of kind versus a straight flush. What the hell even happened here? He was a real nail-biter, Randy. I was on the verge of losing the shirt off my back.
I can barely keep up with this. At least we were able to neutralize the threat before anyone was hurt.
He said something about taking some stuff. So there is some sort of supplement. Let go of me, damn it! Let me go! I can't lose! I can't lose! What the hell is happening? After further protests and shouting, Gantz became overwhelmingly exhausted and passed out. Due to his condition, the special support section decided to carry him to his hotel room. Oh, goodness. How could such a thing have happened? He may not be the house worker, but he was always a kind man. There's not someone Mains who dislikes him.
Mayor Bixon, I don't know what to say.
For a nice guy, sure was pretty violent there for a sec. Hell, I wasn't sure. I was expecting to take both me and Lloyd to hold him down.
Yeah, I can't believe how ridiculously strong he was. There's under some sort.
Listen, guys, this is just an old reporter's intuition talking, but, you think the guy could have been on some kind of drug? You know, the real serious kind.
Yeah, he was.
On me?
Drugs.
You serious?
Judging by their silence, I think Lloyd and Tio seem to agree with me.
Yeah,
Agree is a strong word.
I don't want to say anything without proof, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. And this is probably what's going on with the grunts, too. Actually, that would explain why Garcia's having trouble with them, too. Assuming this drug has supposedly given them some sort of superhuman strength and stuff. Even Garcia would have trouble if a bunch of them took it all at once. Those preposterous guns on drugs! I refuse to believe it! It's possibly could have been slipped it then. He's just an ordinary down-to-earth miner. There's no way he'd ever use such...
Sorry, sir, but hasn't it been almost half a month since he arrived in Crossville City? Keep in mind that he earned quite a bit of mirror during his stay, too. Can you say for certain that he couldn't have taken advantage of that wealth?
I won't stand for the slander. You mentioned that your Crossville timeshares, correct? Know that if you write some libel piece based on pure speculation, I will lead maintenance people in protest.
Oh, cool your heels. I wasn't planning on writing an article on this anyway.
Would you do us a favor, Mayor Bixon? I'd like to go through Gantz's personal belongings, if that's alright with you. You too! I don't intend to imply anything, sir, but there are too many coincidences piling up here. His sudden violence, that inhuman strength, that complete change in personality. All these aspects are eerily similar to past cases. And in Gantz's case, we also saw an absurd development in his gambling skills. Not because he took some stimulants to boost his perception or something. I explained that freakish intuition of his. If his perception was cranked up to an inhuman levels, he'd have no trouble reading people.
It is entirely possible. I can only speculate that if I were to gamble, I would have an unfair advantage over others as well. Tio.
Sorry, Tio-ta. I know I didn't mean it like that.
I am aware. Do not worry. Mayor Bixon, I understand you wish to keep Mr. Gantz's reputation intact. However, please envision the scenario where he is in fact consuming drugs. If the situation were to remain unhandled, it could pose a threat to himself and others.
That may be, but...
I could think of a bunch of possible side effects that might crop up.
Same here, and that's exactly what we need to be scared of.
Very well. I fear I may not have thought things through well enough. Go ahead, Lloyd.
Thank you, sir. He's gotta be taking something. Ah, this is what I was afraid of. blue pills. What the hell are these?
Pills.
Goddess, no!
So he really had some after all.
So this is what's causing him to go crazy. The Ledger was able to somehow work through that surprise.
Pretty shade blue. What the heck is it?
Yeah. We can't rule out the possibility that it's harmless medicine yet. Maybe he has some kind of chronic disease we don't know about. Did he ever mention anything like that, sir?
Not that I'm aware of, no. I cannot say for sure, though.
Interesting. Would you mind if we hung on to these pills for now?
Please do. Listen, I beg you, do not spread this all around, for God's sake.
Of course, sir. We'll make sure to take his reputation into consideration. Also, can we leave him with you?
Yes, I'll take care of him. I'll try to speak with him once he wakes up.
Thanks. We appreciate it. I see. So this is what's causing people to go insane everywhere. These strange pills are popping up.
So now we have suspicions of an illegal drug circulating throughout Crossbell.
Definitely didn't see that one coming. Neither did I.
Really? Well, I thought the Mafia was big into the drug trade.
Contrary, actually. Illegal drugs hardly ever show up in Crossbell. Drugs are messy business, you know? One misstep and they'll spread to neighboring countries like a plague. I've heard the First Division monitors them very closely, thanks to the pressure from Erebony and Calvard. So I guess Roche is smart enough to read the room on that one. Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, they made sure to cover that back at the police academy. Still, something about these pills.
I've never seen pills like this before. The color certainly is pretty, but...
Yeah, they're pretty, but they're also suspicious as hell.
Theo? Theo, you recognize him?
No. I'm sorry. I think it was just my imagination. More importantly, what do you plan to do with the pills, Lloyd?
Good question. I'm thinking this case is too much for us to handle alone. For now, let's go talk with the chief.
Yeah, he may know what to do. While we're at it, we should give a report on the Hay raid.
We got mafias going to war with each other and maybe some illegal drugs now, too? Yeah, I get the feeling that things are about to get pretty busy around here.
You can bet on it. You know, it's only been about 4 months since we first met. You guys have grown a lot since then. Really brings a tear to my eye.
Grace?
Where's all this coming from? Sorry I won't get you any more information from us. No, I'm serious. I got some pretty high hopes for you guys now. Almost as high as the ones I had for your brother, Lloyd.
Huh? Wait, being a guy, I never got a straight answer out of you. Grace, did you know my brother?
Hell yeah, back when I was still a newbie at the CNS, he helped me out more times than I can count. Sometimes I think that even though he's not with us anymore and his case has gone cold, at least there was a team built at the CBD to carry on as well.
What?
What do you mean, Grace? Oh, Sergey might get angry at me if I say too much.
Wait, are you saying Sergey made the special support section because of Guy?
Anyway, I got an event to cover, so I'm gonna have to head out. Oh, and I won't write any articles about the drug stuff, as tempting as it is. Bye-bye, everyone!
Did Sergey know Guy as well to that degree?
Where she get off dangling info like that in front of us and then just walking away?
Another addition to the pile of things we have to think about. So it seems. Are you concerned about what she told us, Lloyd?
Oh, well... Even if it does have to do with Guy, I don't really have time to think about it right now. The Hay raid, Revshe's current situation, and now these blue pills. We have a lot on our plate. For now, let's put aside what Grace told us and ask the chief how we should proceed.
Understood. Hopefully he has some ideas for us.
Alright then, let's head on home.
Let me pull up my guide real quick. Boo-doo-doo-boo. So apparently, the guide says that those 3 NPCs that I talked to, it says that it doesn't think you need to talk to them again, but you can if you want to, just in case. I'll talk to them one more time just in case. It won't take that long to do it anyways. Residential. Talk to the child. So everyone's been acting weird because these new weird blue pills are in circulation around on Crossbell. The question is, what exactly are these pills doing? What exactly are these pills doing to a person's body that's causing them to act the way they are? Okay, SSS building. And apparently we might have another thing where we get more DP if we answer correctly, so...
You guys are back pretty late. Interrogating Hey really take you that long?
No, actually, we may have just stumbled into another case.
We'll give you details along with what we found at the Hay raid.
Chief?
Sorry, was it too convoluted after all?
No, that's not it. It's just this series of events. I'm starting to think it might be all connected.
Huh? You do?
Seriously?
What makes you think that?
I know a lot has gone down in the last day or two, but I want you to try connect the dots. Especially you, Lloyd. We're really gonna need those detective skills of yours here.
Sure, leave it to me. Okay, let's begin. Today, we were able to discover roughly 3 pieces of key evidence. The information we heard about Cal about the raid on Heiyu, the intel we exchanged with Grace about the current state of Revshay, and everything we learned about Gantz, the miner from Mainz.
So there has to be something that ties the 3 things together, right?
I think I'm starting to see what you're saying here.
Now let's sort through what we know. Which element of the info regarding the raid on Heiyu can be tied to the others? That would be the assailant's physical abilities. Which element of the info regarding Revshay can be tied to the others? That would be the haphazard chain of command. And which element of the info regarding Gantz can be tied to the others? That would be the blue pills. This has to be it. Related elements are the assailant's physical abilities, the haphazard chain of command in Revshay, and the blue pills that Gantz had.
You think these factors overlap?
You're definitely suspicious, that's for sure.
I think so, Ellie. If we take a closer look, we can see certain things linking the cases. The boosted strength displayed by the mafiosos who raided the Heiyu, Gantz and his spontaneous gambling skills. They may seem independent of each other, but they both deal with the sun enhancement of their abilities. Now, suppose that, as we say that the connecting factor in all this are these blue pills.
The Mafia must have started involving themselves with these illegal drugs in some way. Not just to sell to the public, either. Revshay's henchmen must be using the drugs themselves. Is that the general idea, Lloyd?
Yeah, more or less, but in the end, it's still just a theory. However, that would certainly explain a lot. In that case, maybe the reason Garcia's authority over Revshay has started to wane.
It's all thanks to their grunts saying this drug. Once they're all juiced up, they don't need to listen to him anymore.
Exactly. Even with Garcia being as strong as he is, if even just a few of his grunts all take that drug, they could probably take him on by themselves.
Things are starting to make a lot of sense. Nicely put, everyone. By the way, remember the ruins Ian told us about yesterday?
Of course, the trader and that stockbroker. Those two be under the pill's influence as well?
You can say. At this point, it's nothing more than pure speculation. However, things are beginning to come together piece by piece. You feel the same way, don't you?
Yes. But if I'm being honest, I don't think the special support section will be able to handle a case of this size. We might even need to call in the First Division for support, given that the incidents revolve around the distribution of illegal drugs.
Funny you should say that, Lloyd. Your timing couldn't be better.
Huh? Kia! Hi!
I found you!
Kia, now, what's wrong, Kia?
Are you getting hungry? Nope, not yet. We have a visitor. He's a super grumpy old man. His forehead's all wrinkly.
Grumpy?
Pardon me.
Ah, it's you. Oh!
Detective Dudley.
You're late. Apologies, Sergey. Investigation meeting ran a bit long. Is this about the same thing we discussed earlier? Do you mind if we go ahead and begin? Sounds good to me. Before we get started, I'll need you to fill them in too, though. I don't have time for your jokes, Sergey. This isn't something rookies should know about, and actually, I think the information they found will end up being pretty useful to you in your investigation. In fact, involving them will save you some time in the long run. Are you out of your mind? Then again, I did leave the Heiyu investigation to the special support section. Maybe I can fill them in just... No, it's simply not.
Chief, if this is a bad time, we could step out for now.
That won't be necessary. You don't call Dudley the ace of the First Division for nothing, after all. I'm sure he realizes what he needs in a situation like this. Fine. Listen up. The information I'm about to disclose is strictly confidential. It does not leave this room, otherwise there will be consequences. Got it?
Yeah, that won't be a problem.
Is this a secret? I love secrets. Tell me too.
Child, no. Well,
I'll make you a snack, yeah? Why don't you go eat with Zaya?
there you go. First Division is being pressured? What happened?
Well, it's not quite as simple as that, Bannings. After the raid on Heiyu, we received orders to devote all of our resources to quell any disputes between the mafias. Because of that, we had to end our investigation on a mysterious drug we've been looking into recently.
Aha! Really?
First Division was investigating the blue pills too.
We only started looking into them a few days ago. Frankly, I'm surprised you even know about them at all.
How exactly did the First Division find out about the drugs in the first place?
We were tipped off about them by a long-time informant of ours. She's been a pretty reliable source, so we started gathering more info based on her tip. We weren't able to find anything more concrete than rumors and urban legends. I mean, a miracle pill that can grant wishes and bestow happiness. It certainly sounds like fiction to me. However, it was apparent that something shady was going on, so we were compiling a list of citizens that seemed to be connected, and... What are those looks for? It's almost like you expected everything I just said.
Seems like our little theories earlier were spot on. Show him, Lloyd.
Yes, sir. Take a look at this, detective. These are the pills you're looking for.
What? Are these what I think they are?
We found them on a certain individual during our investigation today. We were allowed to keep them on the condition that we protect their identity. Here we go.
Damn it all. So it is real. You're saying that's possible that RevShay is the distributor?
Dudley, about the order to stop the drug investigation. Any idea who made the call?
Had to have been someone high up. Our chief didn't agree with the decision, but he enforced it regardless.
What a mess.
Hold on a moment. That means someone high on the CPD's chain of command gave in to the Mafia's demands?
It's unbelievable. Come on, how low can you go?
The situation appears quite grave.
Hey, Dudley. It's clear that you came to me because you don't trust the top brass at HQ. So what is it you're planning to do?
You want to submit a special support request, don't you?
To be honest, there's nothing those of us in the First can even do about the drug investigation now. If any of us were to take action, our bosses could do whatever they could to interfere. But as a member of the police, I just can't let this go.
Detective Dudley.
Well, there's an easy investigation for that. Oh, easy solution for that. Lead the investigation to the special support section. Lloyd, Ellie, Randy, Tio, listen up, guys. From here on out, the SSS will be unofficially collaborating with the First Division. Since their hands are tied, you four will take over the drug investigation for them.
Yes, sir.
Understood.
In return, we'll get every last bit of intel the First Division has about RevShay. Sound fair?
Sergey, what are you... Every bit of intel? You know there are some classified files that I just can't share, no matter what.
Every last scrap. Take it or leave it, Dudley. You're stuck in a deadlock and you know it. We're going to keep doing what we want regardless, but you don't really have any options here.
Fine. I accept your conditions.
Glad we can come to an agreement.
Well, so now we're the ones taking cases away from the First Division, huh?
I can already feel a sense of superiority welling up within me.
Nice.
Comment retracted.
I suppose I really don't have any other options. Alright, I turn the drug investigation over to you now. So how do you actually plan to proceed?
About that, we already have the drug itself in our hands. The next logical step is to figure out what exactly it's made of.
Not a bad start. But how will you go about doing that? Based on what we know, we can assume this is an entirely new type of drug. It's likely too much to be for forensic tools at HQ to handle. That, and there's the risk of being noticed by the higher-ups.
That's a shame.
But in that case, we might be able to ask the medical college for help. I see. You're right. We do know someone there we can talk to.
Medical college? You mean St. Ursula?
Right. We know a doctor there who specializes in pharmaceutical research, actually. Heard he's one of the best in his field, so there's a good chance he'll be able to figure out the drug's composition.
Oh, alright then.
This might just be our best option given the circumstances. Dudley, can we get you to compile the First Division's intel and send a report to us by the end of the day? I want them to decide how to approach the investigation for themselves.
Understood. I'll send it over as soon as I can. Now then, I should go. Thank you for your cooperation, Sergey.
Likewise. Oh, and aren't you going to thank them too?
Listen where you four. If you do anything stupid, this entire situation might nosedive. You understand? Your task is looking into these drugs and only that. Dealing with the mafias is the First Division's responsibility. stay close to the ground, behave, and most importantly, don't get in our way.
You're welcome.
Jeez, it's really hard to say. Thanks for doing my work for me.
Perhaps under that tremendous scowl of his, he is simply shy at heart. Maybe so, maybe so. Also, it seems like he has a stronger sense of justice than I first thought.
He doesn't seem like a bad guy. He seems like he can be annoying at times, but I feel like maybe the annoying side of him is just because of the fact that he has to all the work he's dealing with. Yeah, I think we can trust him. He's not a bad person. He's just sometimes annoying. But that's really it.
For most of the First Division's like him. Diligent as all hell and driven by that same strong sense of justice. So by the same token, a lot of them are extremely by the book. Makes them inflexible and obstinate. So, you gonna head over to St. Ursula right away?
Yeah, that's the plan. Though I'd like to take care of some support requests too, if time permits.
That's right, we didn't have a chance to go outside the city all morning.
Those things are about to get busy. Probably best to just tackle things one at a time. Well, I see you guys are up for the challenge. Now, I know we're cooperating with the First Division, but don't get too worked up over that. There's two things as you usually do. Show me you're capable of cracking the mystery behind these drugs.
Yes, sir. Alright, let's see what quests we got. We've got Search for an Important Person and Flowers for Fallen Friends. Short and a medium quest. So let me pull up my other guide here. Sorry, I'm looking at stuff. Okay, this side quest apparently can give 9 extra Mira. Ooh, wait a minute.
Guys, do you have to leave again?
Sorry, Kia. We got something to take care of. We'll be back in the evening, okay?
Want us to bring you back a souvenir?
No, that's okay. I'll be coming home safe is the best gift I could get.
Kia. My heart.
Her smile has pierced my very soul.
The grim atmosphere ran away at the first sight of her smile.
Huh? You little baby.
Okay, so we're gonna do the search for an important person. You can get a potentially 9 extra BP if you do this one correctly. So, first off, we're gonna head over to the residential district. We're also gonna take a look at the quest description because we actually haven't done that yet. Search for an important person. I want to meet privately. I'm looking for someone important to me. Come at once. Address: Campbell Estate, Residential District, Northwestern Crossbell City. Also, before we actually go there, there's one other thing I would like to do.
What are you guys doing in here?
Yo! Still staring intensely at the shelf filled with sneakers.
Okay, just be extra careful. I'm gonna go ahead and change in my lucky sneakers. Decisions. The anniversary editions seem like they have the better traction, but the limited editions look more durable. I like them both too much to choose. Oh, it's looking like things might get a bit dicey with the Mafia, so I'm just giving my equipment a good once-over to be extra careful. Don't you guys find it super essential to have a trusty pair of shoes on your feet? This might come as a real shocker, but I totally recommend trying out Stregas.
Is she a spokesperson for Strega or something? Joshua just yells, yes! Oh, back from the guild already, Joshua.
Yeah, they dismissed us for the time being. We're under the impression that Hey won't retaliate for a while.
And for now, we've been put on standby within the city, given the unpredictable nature of the situation. So we're looking at a potential turf war between mafias, huh? Well, I hope we can patch things up before they spiral that far out of hand. I'm pleased. Alright, now let's go to the residential district and actually do the side quest. Sorry about that. I just really wanted to see that. Interact with the door on the house? This one.
This is the house of Representative Campbell, who sent the request.
We're searching for someone important, right? Sound like the representative was freaking out.
Hey, doesn't Mademoiselle's Gramps live around these parts? You happen to know this Campbell guy?
Well, about as much as fellow neighbors would know about each other. Representative Campbell is an ambitious man. He's so driven by his passion for politics that he often brushes aside everything else. I see. That matches the way I had envisioned him in my mind.
Either way, he's requesting our assistance. Let's try asking about if he's home. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Unbelievable. What a foolish thing to say. We must find a way to retrieve our Representative Campbell.
Excuse me, gentlemen. We're here regarding the support request.
Oh, you're the CBD something or other section. What a relief. We were becoming so desperate that we were willing to scrape the bottom of the barrel for assistance.
Just a moment. Are you not Ellie Mayor McDowell's granddaughter? Why have you come with them?
It's been some time, Representative. As it stands, I'm currently employed by the CPD. I visit you as a member of the SSS today.
Is that the case? So be it. I suppose the mayor is neutral. Nothing to be concerned about then.
But, Representative, the Imperial faction's cunning members rely on underhanded tactics. What if they get wind of this incident?
I'm guessing you're in a position that could cause some political strife, Mademoiselle.
Speaking with Diet members is always such a pain. Excuse me, Representative Campbell, could you tell us what happened? At least what details you're able to share about the situation? It's just, you look so troubled, so... I seem to recall the support request seeking assistance in searching for an important person.
Yes, that's right. Well, you see, I've run into a bit of a snag. I suppose I have no choice but explain the situation to you. But let me make one thing clear to you. This is a politically sensitive matter. The Republican faction has been placed into a difficult situation. This must remain strictly confidential.
Understood. We'll promise to keep this under wraps.
We swear to remain silent about the investigation, Representative.
Very well then, listen up. A certain person affiliated with our faction has disappeared.
Could you elaborate?
It so happens to be my very own daughter. She has run away from home along with our maid.
All that fuss just ended up telling us his daughter ran away.
My daughter, are you referring to Carla? We were classmates in Sunday school.
Oh, really? Well, the representative and his daughter have never been on particularly good terms. Their relationship seems to be entirely comprised of petty arguments. However, the timing couldn't be worse. Our main spotter, Hay, was raided this morning. Dealing with the aftermath has been cumbersome. Only foolish daughter of mine. I'd normally leave her to her own devices during a hectic period like this. However, recent reports have shown that the mafia spat's becoming more dangerous. It's far too dangerous to leave two girls wandering around on their own.
Yeah, I'd be worried about your daughter's well-being if I were you too.
Not only that, but if this will become publicized, the Imperial faction could use it as ammunition against me. You can't let your guard down around during the diet, so I would prefer to avoid any scandals. With that, I request you, the SSS, to discreetly apprehend and return my daughter to me.
It all comes down to protecting his reputation, then.
Guess that's just how these bigwigs think.
I already assumed as much. Well, it's clear that you're concerned for her. There's a fair chance she might be in harm's way after all.
Agreed. We understand the situation, sir. We accept the request to search for your daughter.
Oh, thank Idios. Bring her back immediately.
I can't promise we'll be able to do it quickly. We'll locate your daughter and provide her protection until we've safely brought her home.
Very well. I suppose I rely on you for the time being. Proceed however you like. I believe his daughter left a note in her room. That note may prove useful to your investigation.
Thank you for letting us know. We'll take a look at it then.
Alright, here we go. So, looks like she left her message in this notebook.
Let's see what it says. I've had enough of you and your insistence on only doing as you please. So now I should do as I please. Goodbye, Carla. P.S. I'm taking the maid with me. Knowing you, you'll surely go hungry with no one there here to prepare your meals.
Bruh. Where do we even begin?
The dad's a real piece of work, but his daughter seems like trouble in her own way.
Representative Campbell is the type to put his work ahead of his home life. And now that I think about it, Carla would often complain about her father in Sunday school. I wouldn't be surprised if a son falling out caused her to run away from home. However, the note failed to provide a clue about where we should begin the search. The only detail given was that she ran away from home by her own volition.
Based on her note, I think it'd be fair of us to assume something. She suddenly ran. She must have run away unexpectedly. As Ellie mentioned, a sudden falling out may have caused her to run away. She's pretty angry too, based on the note.
I would consider that a reasonable deduction.
I fear if she planned this whole thing out, the note would have been longer and filled with more resentment.
How long ago do you think she ran away from home? It hasn't been too long. Our search will be much more difficult if she's gone far.
Well, it's impossible for us to tell which with the information we have at this time. Let's try to get some more information from the representative before we come to any conclusions.
Well, I guess it's time to get our shovels out and start digging up some dirt.
We should return here and go over the details once we've finished.
Representative Campbell runs a strict household. For instance, he'll enforce small rules like everyone has to eat breakfast together. It's actually quite obvious that his daughter despises such trivialities.
I see.
His suffocating nature could very well be the cause of their strained relationship. And despite that, she still adhered to his rule and joined him for breakfast. How am I privy to such knowledge? I had breakfast with him, of course. Between Heyu and issue with the diet, we have much to deal with at the moment. Proceed with the investigation. I urge you to pursue the matter discreetly, so as to not alert the Imperial faction.
Between the diet meeting and the Heyu incident, this morning was absolutely exhausting. I had even more appointments in the afternoon, so I came here to rest for a bit. When I did, I couldn't find my daughter or her maid anywhere. Just as I was beginning to think something was amiss, I found a note.
Seems like she's the defiant type. I doubt you'd have any idea as to where she'd go.
Now we have information. Shall we return to Carla's room and continue to analyze for further clues?
Yeah, good plan, Tio.
How long ago do you think she ran away from home? I hope it hasn't been too long. Our search will be much more difficult if she's gone far.
Good question. Going by what the representative told us, they probably left this morning.
She was present for breakfast, but she had left by the afternoon. I think it's safe to conclude that she departed sometime in the morning. We should still be able to catch up with her.
I still don't know where the hell she ran off to, though. Think we should ask her friends? Could be they got a clue or two for us.
No, I don't think we have time for that. If we consider the circumstances, there's definitely a place she would have visited. We know she left this morning without having planned to. Considering that, there's only one place in particular she is likely to have had visit first. The IBC. I think she may have gone to the IBC.
Makes sense to me. Our escapee probably needs some Dota for a getaway. The IBC would be a pretty typical first stop for running away from home.
If she suddenly left, she wouldn't have had much time to pack. The IBC is certainly a possibility. Shall we depart for the IBC then? She may still be there.
Yeah, let's get there ASAP. Sorry. IBC. Hello? Alright, we made it.
Yeah, it almost feels like we're stepping into a whole other, much more impressive world when we come here.
I presume the representative's runaway daughter may have stopped here. Shall we inquire with the receptionist? Yes, let's ask Lanfei to see if she knows anything about it.
You!
Hello again, Miss McDowell. Do you need help with anything? Hi, Lanfei. I'm just here to ask you a quick question. Did a lady by the name of Carla stop by here today? I think she may have been here with a maid. Oh, you're right. Carla did come in earlier. She told me she had urgent business to discuss with Miss Croy. Miss Bell? Yes, Miss Croy agreed to a meeting, so I directed Carla up to the top floor. That all happened about an hour ago.
Do you mind if we go and ask Maribel for some details? Truth be told, we're conducting an investigation.
Oh yes, I think you should be able to talk with her right away. I believe she's currently in the CEO's office. Thank you very much.
Alright, let's get cracking.
16. Yo.
I'm so sick of this. I've been stuck in Ming all day thanks to those ravish-shaped buffoons. Fortunately enough, I don't think their little raid will affect our stock prices negatively. I almost want to kick down their door and demand compensation for all the hassle they put me through. Your life never seems to get any easier. You can say that again. It doesn't help that father is who knows how many cells away right now, either. But I digress. Do you need something, Ellie? Judging by the crowd you brought with you, it doesn't seem like to be a personal issue. Yes, there's something I need to ask you, Belle. A woman named Carla Schiff stopped by the IBC earlier today. Did you happen to see her? Carla? Oh yeah, she definitely came here not too long ago. I'm going with her, given that we're both in the upper echelons of society. She claimed she had an emergency and wished to speak with me directly. She proceeded to withdraw every last mirror out of her savings account.
Damn, we were right on the money.
Why'd she have to speak directly to you for that, Maribel? You think the receptionist would have been able to handle her request just fine? Is it probably because she would have been tracked?
It has to do with the amount she withdrew. Under normal circumstances, you would need to fill out the appropriate paperwork. Today was an exception. As you might be able to surmise, I'm unable to disclose the exact amount she withdrew, but that said, it was in the hundreds of thousands of Mira. That's an exorbitant amount of money. Truth is, Carla is attempting to run away from home. We've been tasked with bringing her back safely. Do you know where she might have gone, Belle? Oh, well, that would explain her rash behavior. Well, judging by the amount she withdrew, I would assume she's planning to relocate to a foreign country.
That could be it.
It's possible she had a destination in mind. Well, now that I think about it, I recall a conversation between her and her maid about sightseeing in Gransel. I believe Carla ordered her maid to make hotel reservations there.
Gransel? Isn't that Liberal's capital city?
So she's ditching this joint for Liberal.
She must have departed for the airport then. We may be able to arrive in time if we proceed with haste. We must notify the airport's receptionist. Right, we have to hurry.
We're sorry to have bothered you. We appreciate your cooperation.
See you later, Belle. Sure. What was that? You sure know how to keep busy.
Hurry! Now exit through the south gate at Station Street and then go to the airport. Receptionist, hello? Excuse me, do you have a moment? We have a bit of an emergency.
Oh dear, what is it? The individual by the name of Carla Campbell should have boarded an outgoing flight to Liberal. We were wondering, has that airship finished boarding yet? You said Carla Campbell? If you give me a moment, please. I'm terribly sorry, but Carla Campbell wasn't listed as a passenger. Are you positive?
That's strange. I could have sworn that she should have been on this flight.
Me too. There's only one flight scheduled today that's heading for Liberal, right?
Correct, and it seems that's not departed yet. Pardon me.
Oh, hi.
I knew it. You're with the police, aren't you? Wait, aren't you Marcia? One of the maids at Representative Campbell's mansion. Are you the maid that ran away with Carla? Yes, that's right. You see, Lady Carla never intended to go to Liberal in the first place. That was merely a rumor she spread to throw her father off her tracks. In actuality, she plans to live in the home of an acquaintance in the Republic.
She's going to Calvert. Crap, she must have gone to the station then.
If you hurry, you might make it in time. I'm sorry. My lady has caused so much trouble for everyone. But if at all possible, please bring Lady Carla back home. Despite what she says, she doesn't really want to leave Crossbell.
So she's got a reason for all this, huh? Well, time to roll. We'll bring her back for you. Don't you worry.
As she's Republic bound, the train will be departing in a matter of minutes.
There's no time to waste then. Run! Thanks, Marcia. You've been a big help.
Marcia, could you go inform the representative of what's happened? You can leave bringing Carla back to us. Okay, please. I'm leaving Lady Carla in your hands.
What? What?
The train bound for the Republic is now departing. If you are not boarding the train, then please step back to the center of the platform.
Wait a sec. Isn't that the train Representative's daughter supposed to be on?
We can still make it. Let's get on. This is a bit awkward. Oops. We shouldn't be out here. We're not supposed to be on a train illegal. We did kind of just enter this train illegally, didn't we? Oops.
We got that close. I wonder if we'll get in trouble for not following protocol.
Officers should be allowed to board trains during emergencies, so don't have to worry about that. However, the problem remains, what do we do now?
The plan was to convince Carla to return home, correct?
Oh, yeah, well, we can't ride on this train forever, you know. We still gotta drop off those drugs to St. Ursula, ain't that right?
That's true. We have not come this far to simply give up.
Yeah, I know. The next stop is Altair, located at the western edge of Calvert. We should have about 30 minutes. Until then, let's keep trying to persuade her to come home.
Roger. I'm no quitter.
Right. I hope our words can get through to her.
Where the hell am I, man? Where are you?
Aha! Found you. It's Carla.
Hey, I finally found her.
Now we just have to persuade her to return home. The odds of her listening to reason still seem slim.
Well, let's give it a shot. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I'm looking at the guide.
Don't tell me Marcia missed a train. I guess I'm all alone now. Can I handle this? Long time no see, Carla. Ellie, what are you... I mean, what a coincidence, running into you here. Are these your friends? Oh, are you planning to spend a day or two in the Republic? Well, Carla, how should we start this?
We're on a trip to the Republic.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it'd be fun to see the Republic's National Orchestra with everyone. Really? Then we can accompany each other until we arrive at the Republican capital. I'm so thankful I ran into you, Ellie. Truth be told, I'm feeling a bit down. After all, I'm alone on this giant train, and...
Alright, looks like we've lowered our guard. Why exactly are you here, Carla?
well, it's a long story. My father is always ordering me around, filling my life with rules and more rules. Once he doesn't even respect himself. And this morning was a perfect example of it. I'll never forgive him for all he did. Which was?
Whatever it was, it sounds bad.
After breakfast, he walked into my room without knocking.
Huh? That's it.
Of course it's not just that. What if I was changing? More importantly, Father's the one always lecturing me on how I should always knock. And even though he throws a fit when I forget to do so, this morning he called me straight into my room, commanding me to do this and that, to attend a dinner party in the evening, and he pries at every single small detail of my private life, but it's like he can't do anything but that. I can relate with how she feels, but this is nothing more than a misunderstanding between father and daughter.
How should we handle this? Your father is to blame. Then your father is in the wrong. I can sympathize with you, Carla.
You think so too? I knew leaving home was the right decision. Still, it's the first time I've ever left Crossbell. The only reason I decided to go through with this plan is because Marcia said she'd accompany me.
I think I get the gist of this mess, but she still looks hesitant, right?
She never had the strongest heart to begin with. Sure, she ran out of the house in a hurry, but I bet with every step she became more and more uneasy.
Then she should almost be at her breaking point. Your maid is worried sick, you know.
I was wondering why I still hadn't seen Marcia. No, she must have betrayed me, didn't she? Unacceptable. I specifically ordered her not to tell anyone. Please calm down, Carla. It's true that Marcia informed us of the situation. But that's only because she's worried sick about your safety. Despite what she says, she doesn't really want to leave Crossbell. Her words, not mine. Marcia... she really said that.
I'm leaving Lady Carla in your hands. That was her farewell before we made our way to the station to find you.
Well, I think it'd be best if you had another talk with your pops. Instead of running away, wouldn't it feel better to say what you want to say to his face?
You may be right. I'd start to think that there was no one on my side. But if Marcia's waiting for me, I don't mind returning home. Everyone, perhaps could you stay with me a bit longer and let me get everything out of my system? Besides, I need to start thinking about what I should say to Father.
Sure, we can do that.
We should be near Altair, but we still have the ride back. If you want the company, we'd be glad to oblige.
The Linear's transferred in Altair for the return trip. Then 30 minutes later... we're back! Free!
Phew, we're finally back.
That was a long trip, in more ways than one. Sorry for the trouble I've caused. I truly thank you for listening to what I had to say. Please, don't worry about it.
Just to say we can't handle consultations. You can count on the SSS to lend you an ear whenever you need it.
Thank you.
Hey,
How dare you worry me out of a time like this, you daft girl?
Speak for yourself, Father. If you had tried to come find me yourself, it would have been one thing, but to think you hired other people to do it for you. Excuse me, Lady Carla. My apologies. I was just so terribly worried. You should be sorry. I'm upset with you too, Marcia. Forgive me. But, well, I'm grateful too. I can count on you to can I count on you to continue to be by my side? Of course. I'd be happy to. Oh, thank heavens. I think I've finally made up my mind. I have some conditions, Father. You must knock every time you wish to enter my room. Every time, okay? In addition, you may no longer intrude upon my private life. And if you refuse, I'll be hopping right back on that train and I won't look back.
Well, you have to stay home and behave yourself for a while first.
So are you honoring my request or are you refusing it?
Fine, I don't want to be worried about or have another falling out. I accept your terms. So this is the power of the something or other section. For the time being, allow me to thank you for safely bringing my daughter home. However, not a word of this incident is to escape your lips to anyone. Am I understood?
You got it. Our lips are sealed, so you can rest easy.
Good. We're leaving, Carla.
Don't you tell me what to do. Ellie, everyone, until we meet again. I can't thank you all enough for all that you've done. Please feel free to drop by our house whenever you like. We'll welcome you with open arms.
Thank you.
Guess that sells that. Even though that's it forever, I'm glad we helped him out.
Judging by their conversation, I think they will work things out. What a relief.
I hope you're right. I pray they'll be able to work out their differences. Anyway, Lud, we should get going now. There's still some requests we can finish up today.
Yeah, good point. Let's get to it then. Complete!
For some reason, thought these looked like shops. They are shops. Ham sandwich. Bro, I can't buy. Alright, next up, first off, let me go back and make sure that I got the appropriate amount of, detective points that I should be getting. Yep. Third class, Strega P. Strega Ps. Let's equip those. 50 defense and 8 move. Bruh. For reference sake. Jesus Christ. I think I actually might want to give these to... I was checking the defensive quality of them. I think I'll give it to Lloyd. Well, I always have Randy as the one that moves. Randy. No, Lloyd, take it. There was a reason I just thought of Lloyd taking it, which is because of the Grail Locket. If something were to happen in a fight and I need to have Lloyd run over and heal somebody, then, well, at least having all the movement in the world will allow him. AKA, I'm doing it for stats element purposes. Okay, next up, we're gonna go to... I can't stop yelling, gosh dang it! Gotta go to Residential District. I'm going to go to Crossbell Cathedral for the next side quest, which is Flowers for Fallen Friends. I'm looking for some special flowers to get placed on some graves. For details, come to the cabin next to the graveyard behind Crossbell Cathedral. Flowers. Wee. Hello? Mr. Quint, sorry to bother you.
Please.
That's right, sir. We're from the Special Support Section, coming about your request.
Well then. I want you to bring me 3 different kinds of flowers to place on the graves. Would there be any chances you could take the request on for me right now?
Of course. We can start right away, sir.
Glad to hear it. I'll get straight to the point. Got pen and paper on you? I'll tell you which flowers you need to collect. Ready for the first one?
Yes. Theo, mind writing it down?
Roger.
First, the Levis flower. You can find them blooming near the police academy on West Crossbell Highway. Second, we have the Requiem flower. I believe Tally's General Store on West Street sells them. Finally, there's the Fanal flower. You know that watchtower near Crossbell's east exit? They're usually at the foot of it.
They tend to bloom near similar flowers too, so be careful not to overlook them. Once you're done, I'd like you to bring them all to me.
Noted. May I ask why you specifically want these 3 flowers? Yellow, blue, and white symbolize the repose of the soul here in Crossbell. Flowers of these colors are arranged in bouquets, which are traditionally offered during funerals.
Is that the language of flowers thing?
I believe this is slightly different from floriography, Randy. I assume they are meant to reflect Crossbell's state colors.
I think a tricolor bouquet was offered at Guy's funeral, too. Sir?
Huh? What's up? You suddenly went quiet. It's just I'm a bit disappointed that your generation is so unaware of these old traditions. How do you expect to face the future without knowing your roots?
Sorry about that.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I ain't even from Crossbell to begin with. Fine then. You know what to do. Off with you.
Understood. Alrighty then. And first off, I gotta go back to Crossbell so that we can start teleporting around the place.
I can't stop yelling, gosh dang it!
Well, first off, we're gonna go to West Street. We're gonna go into Jolly's General Store.
Welcome to Jolly's General Store. Looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, actually, we're looking for some Requiem flowers.
Ah, I see. Did Mr. Quinn send you?
That's right. Did he tell you that we'd be coming?
No need to. He's one of our only customers who buys those flowers from us. Him and a sparse few other devoted individuals. Wait here just a sec, okay? I'm sure we'll have some behind the counter somewhere.
Yeah, I thought we were really gonna have to pay for him for a second there. And the old man didn't exactly give us any Mira.
I don't know. He doesn't strike me as the kind of person to pull something over on us like that.
Perhaps, but it still would have been nice to have received a little more information about the request.
I suppose that's true.
He only told us the location of the flowers, nothing more, nothing less.
Pardon me.
Something wrong?
I'm so sorry, but it looks like we're out of stock on those Requiem flowers.
Roll out. I suppose that's our luck.
Again, terribly sorry. Would you mind waiting for a bit? I'll ask the Bracer Guild if they could pick some up for me.
The Bracers? I suppose they would be the ones to ask.
Lloyd, why don't we go pick the flowers ourselves?
Oh yeah? Why let the Bracers take up all the glory when we can do it no sweat?
I second that.
Sounds like we're all on the same page. Going ourselves would be much more efficient than waiting on them anyway. Excuse me, do you happen to know where Requiem flowers grow?
See, you plan to get them yourselves. Well, you should find them some blooming on the edge of Maine's mountain path. About halfway down the branching road that leads to those old ruins, if I recall.
Thanks. We'll go ahead and try looking for them.
Wonderful. And once more, I apologize for the inconvenience. Please make sure to give Mr. Quinn my regards.
Next up, kind of did the quest out of order, but nevertheless. Next up, go to the police academy. Hello. Now, on our way down... Ah. Aha! Levis flower. Oh, aren't these yellow ones the Levis flowers we've been looking for?
Probably a real pain for regular folks to pick them because of the location, yeah?
It is right in front of the police academy. Considering how far apart these flower beds are scattered throughout Crossbell, it's fairly difficult to gather a 3-color bouquet. And that's why most graves today are decorated with a single type of flower. 3-color bouquets are usually saved for funeral services.
Huh. Learn something new every day.
Traditions must face reality eventually.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Fair enough. Next up, let's head on back. The Crossbell. Tomato. Back to Crossbell. Get over here, bus. Next up, go to the Maine's Mountain Path. Go to the doll studio. Ah! I'm looking at the guide for a second here. I see. Okay. I'm just reading the guide to make sure I know where exactly I'm going. We're basically going to the Moon Temple. So let's get a move on. Hello, giant mole. Spoiler. I hate these stupid moles locations. Once we're done here... We're looking to go down this way. I am surprised I didn't get into a fight there. Get out of the way. Here we are. Requiem flowers. These blue ones are Requiem flowers, right?
That took us ages to find.
No, right? Imagine how hard it would have been. It would have blown if there weren't any here.
How now, you two? The flowers were here, so it was worth it, right?
Yeah, we got the job done, and that's what counts. Next up... Gonna go all the way back to Crow. Stupid mob! I hate you. Out of the way. What the? Oh, that enemy looked different from what I'd ever seen before, and I was confused. I think it's the same one, though. Anyways, next up... Ooh, gosh dang it, stop yawning me! Next up, go to East Street. And then we're going to that lighthouse, apparently. And we're looking for some white flowers. Where, oh, where, oh, where? Hello. The fennel flowers. Oh, these white ones are fennel flowers, aren't they?
The location is fairly close to Cross to say, so I imagine people frequently come by here to pick them.
Yeah, telling any strong monsters to chill in that place like this.
Regardless, weaker monsters are still a threat to children and the elderly.
True enough. Shall we get going? Alright, that's all 3 flower types. If I could stop yawning, that'd be pretty freaking cool, you know? Gosh dang it. Go back to the main mountain path and head back to the cathedral. Okay, sorry, I was looking at something. You! We're back, Mr. Quint.
That's what I expected. Did you get the flowers?
Yeah, please check to make sure we got the right ones. Levis, Requiem, and Faniel.
Those are ones, alright. Your efforts are much appreciated, Special Support Section.
Just doing our job, sir.
Man, getting all those flowers took way more work than I was expecting. Even Tally's had run out. What are the odds of that?
Still, well, we still managed. Sir, may I ask you something?
What is it?
It's not particularly common to gather these 3 specific flowers except for funerals nowadays. What exactly did you need them for?
You're quite right. You're right that there's no funeral at the moment. Well, since you helped me pick them, come with me, and we'll go place them together. You'll get your answer afterwards.
Okay.
What's he talking about?
Beats me. Guess we'll see when we get there. Saya McLean? 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 Is this Arios' wife?
Could this be Arios' wife?
On that, on to the next one.
Can't even read this one.
This one's seen better days. Can't even make out whose name's on it.
Perhaps the gravekeeper knows.
Here's the last one.
It's Guy's. Guy Bannings.
Is this who I think it is?
Lloyd's other brother.
The reason I asked you to gather those 3 flowers is pretty simple. I wanted to give them to Guy Bannings and to the families of those that were precious to him. It's only natural to want to show respect to one's closest friends, right?
Sir, did you know Guy Bannings?
That's right. Thought I could forget him even if I tried. Back when he was alive, he'd often come to visit me in my cabin. We'd share drinks and stories till the sun rose. I don't have any family left, so I can't tell you how many times his company saved this old man.
I had no idea.
I'm starting to understand the nature of this support request.
When it came time for his funeral, I was torn to shreds. Your name's Lloyd, right? So you must be Guy's younger brother.
You know who I am?
I remember first catching a glimpse of you at your brother's funeral. And once I saw that picture of you in the Crossville Times 4 months ago, it jogged my memory. Your faces aren't anything alike, but I'm starting to see a resemblance.
I don't think I'm anywhere near him when it comes to being a detective, though.
Lloyd.
Actually, there's another reason why I submitted such an annoying job to the SSS. I need to ascertain firsthand whether you 4, Guy's successors, had grown any.
And? Did you make the grade?
Well, you finished the job, so there's something. However, you're still rough around the edges.
Damn, bit harsh, don't you think?
That said, I think the special support section has a bright future ahead. There's a chance you all catch up to, or even overtake one guy one day. And when that happens, come back and pay me a visit. We'll share some drinks, the same as I did with Guy.
Alright. I'm looking forward to it.
Your older brother lives on through a lot of people, doesn't he? I agree. Through me as well.
Catching up to a guy at that town it ain't the easiest thing in the world. It's gonna take quite a while, I bet. Honestly, that goal might end up being a bigger barrier than taking on the Mafia or Crossbell's corruption, you know?
Yeah, you said it. And yet I will surpass him someday. I have to.
Looks like I've talked your ears off. Time to head back inside. Thanks to you, I was able to pay my respects to my dear friends. I can't thank you enough for that. If something else ever comes up, I'll make sure to contact you again.
We'll be waiting. Goodbye, sir. That was a nice little side quest. With a nice little ending. Now, there is something that we may or may not be able to do right now. How many? We have 301 DP. In which case, we apparently have enough DP to do something. There is a hidden quest available, but according to the guide, this hidden quest is rather interesting because this hidden quest is impossible to get unless you have a minimum of 288 detective points. If you don't got it, the quest is a no-go. You can't get it. But if you have 288 detective points, apparently this quest becomes available. I don't even know if we can access it yet, but if we can, it's going to be over here. Okay, I was about to say, try to save the game and it suddenly crashes on me. Imelda is using a communication device installed beneath the counter.
What? Don't joke with me, you old fool. I've had a file lined up for ages. It's ready, isn't it? Send it here immediately. Do I make myself clear? Damn it, that geezer hung up on me.
Good morning, ma'am. Did you need us to help with anything?
Ah, it's just you 4. Yes, actually, you see, I think the stubborn old kook I know has finally gone senile. Oh, I understand. Hadios must have sent me you 4 to assist me. Yes, oh yes, you work wonderfully.
Come again?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
A feeling? No, it is a certainty.
Are you free now by chance? Are you? Splendid.
No, wait, we actually have somewhere to be.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I bet it's not anything urgent. After all, you had time to stop by here.
Okay, you got me.
Would I be correct to presume that you had a job for us, Imelda?
Shop girl. Not that I would expect anything less from old MacDowell's granddaughter. I do, in fact, have something for you to do. Needless to say, I would make it worth your while.
That's not the part I'm worried about. Oh, fine, we can at least hear what you have in mind for us.
Let's get down to it then. All I need you to do is pick up a doll and deliver it to me.
A doll?
By that, do you mean...
I do. One from Rosenberg Studio, which you'll find on the outskirts of the Northern Mountain Path. Naturally, it's no fake like that one at the Schwartz auction. It's a genuine Rosenberg doll, one of his newest ones. In fact, and it's in an absolute mint condition.
Well, back it up. Don't those things go for tens of thousands, Mira?
A single Rosenberg doll is worth the average Crossbone's entire annual income.
Yes, well, I'm contracted as the studio's sales agent. The only problem is that the Meister is an old fool who despises any human interaction. I went to great lengths to find a buyer for the Slays doll, and he has the nerve to start complaining now.
Well, I'm not sure if we can solve that exact problem.
But we should be able to get back the doll for you. I am curious about one thing, though. Why is the Meister suddenly against selling it?
Yeah, well, the buyer is slightly problematic. Truth be told, he's an infamous broker that always resells rare works of art at exorbitantly high prices. I can only assume that old Q is put off by that.
As an artist, I can hardly blame him.
I don't know, guys. This one might be a bit out of our league.
Excuse me, goodness, you youngsters these days are all so unbelievably lazy. Come now, I'm paying for your help. I've no doubt you can change that man's callous heart and safely retrieve the doll.
Well,
Rosenberg Studio, huh? I guess I am a bit curious about Ren. There might be some kind of connection there with Kia as well. We can't promise that we'll get the job done since we have other things to take care of, but if you're okay with that, we accept.
Fine, I suppose I would have to do. Well then, I leave this case in your hands, dearies. Try not to disappoint.
Getting a new doll? Okie dokie. Next up, residential, or no, let's just go straight to the mains mountain path. Next up, we're going to save the game. Woo! To Rosenberg. How much you want to bet we're going to be fighting? I feel like I should save here. Hello? Open the door. Rosenberg Studio. Wouldn't have thought we'd be able to go in here because of a side quest, considering how important this area feels. This place seems as deserted as usual. How odd. It sounded like Imelda was in contact with someone in here. Not to mention, wasn't Ren staying here too? Albeit faint, I detect a presence coming from within the building. As to whether it is human or not, I am not sure, but it is definitely there. Huh. So not even you can talk to you.
Hey, Lloyd. What if still Joshua told us about that society's legit then?
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. This doll studio must be connected to it in some way or other.
Yep, looks like it.
Well, I guess it is possible. Honestly, I didn't take them seriously at first, given the absurdity of the story, but considering everything that happened with Ren, it's starting to sound more feasible.
Oh, so that's what's going on here. You're that young police squad Ren was telling me about, huh?
Who? Who's there?
Where's that voice coming from?
You were sent here by Imelda, I presume. You're out of luck, though. My work's on mere second-rate antiques to be handled and pawned off by a broker like her. Leave at once.
Sir, please.
Oh, and you put it like that, what's the guy supposed to do?
He makes a fair point.
Still, I suppose you did make a long trek to get here. Turning you away at the door would no doubt be unsatisfactory. Besides, I owe you a debt for all you did for Ren, so I'll give you one chance.
A chance?
What do you mean?
What I mean is I'd like to test the extent of your strength. The gate is unlocked. If you so wish, open it and enter. However, are you prepared?
Should we go inside?
From what he said, something's bound to happen when we open that gate.
Don't tell me Wen set a bunch of booby traps for us.
Perhaps it's something even nastier.
It's probably gonna be enemies. Alright. Open the gate. What are we fighting?
Everyone!
Oh, what the? Oh, what in the hell? You're kidding me! How the... You made... It's the friggin' angels from the final dungeon in the third game.
Are those angels? And monsters?
Judging by the sounds, though, it's not the actual things. It sounds like they must just be dolls.
Yo, man, this is your friggin' test?
Brace yourselves.
You're coming.
Yeah, they're dolls. Oh, hell. Till Dawn doll. Angel dolls and Till One dolls. Valkyrie from Heaven supports and attacks. Mechanical sounds can be heard from within. There's no easy way of doing this. Guardian of Heaven and Adjudicator of Sins. Mechanical sound can be heard from within. Fire is useless. Ah! Fuck!
Shit.
Fire! Sparkdyne. Sparkdyne.
Shit.
It's fine for her, though. Crash Bomb! I was hoping that'd do more damage, and I forgot it reflects physical. Not a chance. Earth.
hoping that do more damage. Can't hit him with anything other than... more earth. Jesus Christ, that was a tough fight. Serum powder. Those weren't your normal monsters.
Are those springs and gears? Dolls, I presume.
Dolls? What kind of dolls have you been playing with?
Looks like you found entirely useless out then.
Sir? Hi there. Oh, I have to give you a completely different voice then. Alright.
Wipe away the shock. I'm Jorg, owner of the Rosenberg Doll Studio. You four are the brats of the CBD Special Support Section, I presume.
Meister Jorg? Yes, sir.
Did Ren tell you about us?
No, I didn't need to hear from her. I may be a recluse, but that kind of information gets around. I'm still not too keen about handing this over to Imelda, but a promise is a promise. Yeah.
New doll's trunk.
Thank you, sir. I was not expecting you to hand it over this quickly, considering your objection earlier.
Yeah. Every doll has its own destiny. Could be this doll has to pass through the hands of a Boris broker before it finds itself where it truly belongs. And it's the same with people. Each and every one of our destinies rests in the hands of the goddess.
Wise words.
Things do make a bit more sense when you phrase it like that.
Wait just a second. What was the deal with those angels and monsters you had us fight? Does that mean that Ren really is part of that society?
Detective Bannings, do you really have time to be worrying about things like that?
Huh?
I'm a humble doll maker. Nothing more, nothing less. You're attempting to confront the many illnesses plaguing this land. However, you will find it impossible to find a cure for them all. Despite all that, I hear that you intend to gaze into the bottomless abyss.
I mean...
The same goes for Ren. Her destiny is not directly entwined with yours. Before you worry yourself with Ren, isn't there someone else who should be taking your priority?
You mean Kia, right? Lloyd found her in a suitcase that was meant to contain one of your dolls, but... It appears you already know that, sir.
If you know something about Keto, now's the time to spill the beans.
Did you forget what I just told you? Every doll has its own destiny. It's quite possible that through some strange twist of fate, life took root in one of my creations and it became human.
Come again?
What are you even trying to say?
To be clear, no dolls with her characteristics have ever been crafted by these hands of mine, as far as I can recall.
Interesting. So he's actually telling us something very, very interesting that I would have thought would be mentioned in the main story, but I guess not. But it seems that he doesn't remember... at the very least, he doesn't think he made Kia. He thinks that she probably is a doll. But at the very least, he also thinks that it's not one of his. If that's the case, then how the hell did she get there?
The entire incident was likely someone appropriating the Rosenberg name.
Yeah. That was some bad taste, sir. So, you really don't know anything about Kia?
At the very least, I'm not aware of how she became involved in that auction. I assume neither is Ren.
Well, in that case, my earlier theory about Rosenberg kind of falls apart. Oh well. Well then.
Damn, here I was hoping that you'd had some kind of clue for us.
That reminds me, is Ren inside?
No, she just left, actually. She's quite a difficult child. You'd be wasting your time to try and catch her here.
Wait.
I have no more to say to you four. Go on, date adult Imelda, and tell her to deposit a mirror into the usual account.
Interesting. Well, guess we're done with that. That was interesting.
Society of Ouroboros, huh? Don't know if that old man's part of it, but one thing's for sure, those guys are anything but normal.
I'm curious about those dolls. Even the Epstein Foundation is still incapable of creating things of that nature. And Liberal CCF has only begun their research into them. The Rosenberg studio is becoming more and more mysterious with every visit. This might be too much for us to handle at this point in time.
I think you might be right. Well, we still have a job to do. Let's take this doll back to the antique shop. I'm sure Milda's waiting for us.
Sounds good.
I was not expecting to have to fight those damn angel things again, even if it is in doll form, but still. Doll form or not, it doesn't change the fact that it's the same enemies. It's definitely a jump scare and a half when I see the enemies that, like, I'm pretty sure that the giant wheel-looking guy inflicts insta-kill if he gets a physical attack on ya. So, I'm very glad it didn't come to that. Anyways, now that we've done that, so let's go ahead and return the doll. Let's get back to the back alley. Imelda! I got your doll.
Is that trunk what I think it is?
That's right. Jorg agreed to leave it with us.
Would you like to confirm its contents?
Ah! It's literally just Ren with different hair color. It's literally just Ren with different hair color.
Sweet Aios, it really is that nuts new doll. I cannot fathom how you convinced him, but bravo!
I'm not sure we convinced him or if he was just impressed by her raw stubbornness.
Either way, it is a marvelous doll, isn't it? Seen some before at my friend's place, but each one truly is a masterpiece. The craftsmanship takes one's breath away.
I'm inclined to agree. They're remarkable. I was expecting it to be about the same size as Kia, though.
It's what's Oxton's mystery child, eh? Yeah, Rosenberg dolls are about her height, yes. Jorg seldom makes them now, so you never see them on the market. That's also why they're said to fetch such outrageous prices at the auction.
Perhaps older dolls were more her size. For example, I remember Bella's being a similar height.
Oh, really? I have a question, Imelda. Are you aware of the other dolls Rosenberg Studios made?
Other dolls? What do you mean?
But how about giant dolls that can move on their own? Ring any bells? Certainly ones that look like an angel and another with a big face.
Oh, are you perhaps talking about the automata?
Why do you know about that?
If anything, I'd say those are actually his specialty. I've heard that movements have even become more precise since he started incorporating orbital technology in them.
You know about them.
And you didn't? Even Arkansas uses them on stage from time to time.
What do you mean? Okay, so I guess they're just animatronics then for this game.
I believe the soldier with the spear in their latest production was an automaton.
Okay, so they're just animatronics then. What? You mean the one that was twirling the spear around like it was nothing?
I never would have guessed. Not in a million years.
Well, surprise! The troops sent an entire order for complex stage props, too. Everything from lighting apparatus to the water control to the wire flying system that was entirely Jorg's handiwork. I suppose it's still far from being public knowledge, though.
Oh, my mind's blown.
I'll admit that I thought the stage was incorporating impressive tech. But does that mean that those angels and monsters function similarly?
Who's to say? That old coot's full of some mysteries, not to mention stubborn to the bone, and hates just about everyone he meets. As long as he puts out a new product every so often and lets me dip in on the profits, I don't have any complaints. At any rate, you certainly didn't disappoint, dearies. You'll be the first on my list to call if I ever need any hands again.
If you insist.
Well, and if you'll excuse us.
It really does just look like Ren.
I heard another curious rumor. It reminds me of another curious rumor I heard some time ago. It spoke of these peculiar mechanical dolls that can move on their own accord and even went on rampages during the Liberal incident.
You mean the Archaisms?
Perhaps Jorg played some role in those proceedings after all.
Is the shutdown of orbital technology throughout an entire country really something to make light of?
No, it's not. Especially given what we know about the society's role in it. So it does sound like Jorg might actually be it does sound like he potentially might be a member of the society. Though if he is, he's certainly a very, well, actually, I was going to say he's a very eccentric individual in the society, but then I realized that literally applies to every single individual in the society. Also, I have a boombox now. Anyways, let's turn in these quests and then we can head on back towards main story, I think. Give that. Give that. Alright, we have no more quests that we can do at this time. In that case, let's go ahead and move on. Next up, we're going back to St. Ursula Medical College. It's time to figure out more about these blue pills. Okay, let's save the game. We're back. Alright, we'll have to check and see if Dr. Gunter has any time to meet with us.
Yeah, we should probably ask the receptionist about that.
And so we didn't play hook and go fishing again.
I would not even be surprised if that were the case.
Nor would I. Excuse me.
Why, hello there, everyone. Are you here to visit Cecile?
Oh, not today. We're here to meet with Dr. Gunter again.
Does he happen to be available today? Let me check. Well, Dr. Gunter, I see you picked up the phone today. You have some visitors. If you have some free time, would you... Oh, bad timing? Do you have some examination or research to do? I see what's going on here. Planning to go fishing, are we? I think not. You're on the clock, so you need to do your job, got it?
He's the same as always.
Though he's an exceptional in his field, his dedication seems lacking. Yes, Detective Bannings from the Special Support Section. Yes, I understand. Should I have them meet you in your laboratory then? Well, Dr. Gunter will see you now. If you'll head up to the research ward, please.
Thanks.
Looks like we threw a wrench in his plans.
He just starts cussing us out. You interrupted my fishing time, man. What? Can a man fish in peace? No. Alright. Dr. Gunter! Time for you to do your job and help us out with these pills. Excuse us. Can you decipher pill?
Welcome, everyone. How very nice of you to visit.
Sorry to show up out of the blue like this. We apologize for getting in the way of your hobby, Doctor.
It's fine. Noon is the ideal time to catch noble carp. But if duty calls, duty calls. Trust me, I'm not going to hold a grudge over this or anything.
He says that, but I feel like he resents us with every fiber of his being.
I'm fishing that through and through. Well, putting my better regrets behind us. What brings you here today? I assumed you were here to discuss Kia's condition, but I see she's not here with you.
Actually, it's about something else. He is the same as usual, though. There hasn't been any improvement with her memories.
I see. Personally, I still think you should have her hospitalized.
About that, we tried to suggest it to her a few more times, but she just won't have it. I'm sorry, we know we won't get anywhere close to solving the problem like this.
It's okay. There's no point in rushing things after all. Just keep it in mind. So what's the other matter? I assume it has something to do with my field of expertise?
That's exactly right. Would you mind taking a look at this drug for us?
Oh? These pills. Such a vibrant blue. No coloring agent I've ever heard of would be able to produce this.
We found these pills among the possessions of a certain individual. We suspect they're illegal drugs.
I see. Please, would you fill me in on the rest of the details?
Yeah, these are like super drugs.
Okay, I think I understand now.
So, Dr. Gunter, do you know anything about these blue pills? Where they might have been developed, maybe?
I'm sorry to say, but I haven't seen this type of drug before. As a pharmacologist, I have contacts in every pharmaceutical company in Zemuria. I typically receive samples of all newly developed medicine. However, I've never seen a pill of this coloration.
It's a shame. So the blue is the most striking thing about it for some reason.
What's more, the effects of these pills are particularly interesting. Boost in strength, focus, reflexes, judgment, and even intuition. It managed to improve every single one of those attributes.
Well, we haven't been able to confirm whether or not the Mafia have been taking these drugs.
Amara's been the only confirmed case so far.
And nothing has truly substantiated Mr. Grimwood's rumor yet.
By the way, I can tell you right now this is no ordinary drug. How about this? Allow me to keep 3 of these pills. I can conduct a composition analysis right away.
That'd be great.
Do you know how long it will take for the analysis to finish? Well, I have the medicine on me and a general idea of its effects. I'd like to think I'd have its composition figured out by the end of the day, but if I'm not able to do this, this may take a considerable amount of time.
Ah, I see.
I can contact you tomorrow around noon to let you know how it's going. Would that be okay?
Perfect. Thanks for your assistance in all this, Dr. Gunter. It's a big relief knowing you're helping us. By the way, do you think there are any possible side effects or toxicity?
Without further analysis, I can't say for sure, but if anything happens to that miner, call me as soon as possible. And do the same if you find any others who have taken these pills.
We can do that.
And who knows just how far this stuff is spread throughout Crossbell. There are rumors popping up about it all over the city.
Of course, it is impossible for us to question Reviche about this, but if their members really are taking it, I'm concerned about the side effects.
That's probably the most curious thing. That's probably the most worrying thing I would argue about this whole thing. Sure, the drug sounds like a miracle old drug. I mean, it literally boosts every physical aspect about you. However, there's no way something like that exists and there's not some horrible, horrible side effect. The problem is, what is it? There's gotta be something that happens, but... yeah, likewise. Doctor?
Are you worried about the side effects too?
Oh, no, that's not it. With all this talk of rumors, I was reminded of one I've heard recently.
You too.
What kind of rumor? Okay. Remember, none of this was ever officially confirmed or explained, but several years back, there was an odd rumor that floated around the pharmaceutical industry. It talked about a certain religious cult that had created a new drug.
What? A religious cult?
Do you mean there were a sect of radicals who split from the Receptian Church?
No, there was something even worse than that. Apparently, they rejected the very existence of Aios and worshipped devils instead. At least that's what I heard.
Really? They worship devils?
That story sounds more and more suspicious by the second. I definitely thought it was absurd when I first heard it too. Although I cannot but recall the effects of the medicine they allegedly created. It was said that they borrowed the power of devils to unlock the hidden potential within humans, even bringing the user good luck.
Wait, what? The medicine would unlock the hidden potential within humans by borrowing the power of devils? Oh dear. In that case, I'm very worried about the side effects. Because personality. It's corrupting people, isn't it? That's what the side effect is. The miner took it, and what happens to him? He becomes arrogant. He becomes he's no longer a good person anymore. He's being corrupted. Anyone who takes the drug is being corrupted. Aren't they? It sounds like the same effects as these pills.
Excuse me, Dr. Gunter. You know the name of that drug?
Let's see, what was it again? Oh, right, I remember now. They called it True Wisdom, Gnosis, or so the rumor goes.
Dio? Gnosis?
That's quite the thought-provoking name.
Well, because of its absurdity, the story became somewhat of an urban myth.
I'm scared about Tio. Why did she suddenly seem to take physical pain from that word?
But you've heard the rumors of the secret society that was connected to that big incident in Libel last year, right? Maybe the two could be connected somehow.
It must be the society that Estelle and Joshua told us about. Do you think it possibly have any ties to a devil-worshipping cult?
Anyway, in order to uncover the truth behind these pills, I plan to contact some colleagues of mine to help with the analysis. While I do that, I'll also try to look into that rumor to see if it still has any merit.
We appreciate that.
That drug borrows the power of devils.
Tio? I'm worried about Tio, all of a sudden. Tio seemed to start acting strange with that. I can't say I was expecting to hear a story like that when we walked in. Anyway, for now, we should just trust the doctor with the composition analysis.
I agree. We need to return to Crossville City before it gets dark. Also, the First Division investigation report might be waiting for us by the time we get back.
Oh boy, can't wait to spend all evening reading over a mountain of papers.
Tio, are you okay? I wonder... Tio also has really good perception and all that. Is it possible she's taken the drug at some point? Is that what she's so afraid of? Because she's definitely knew about the drug. That reaction was definitely of someone who knew about it. Oh.
Oh, it's already getting pretty late, so we better grab a bus instead of walking back.
Argument here.
Thank goodness for a bus system of ours. I don't know what we do without it.
Tio? Tio?
What's the matter, Tsutai? You've been awfully quiet for a bit now.
I'm fine. Tio? The sun makes it hard to see, but your face, it's so pale.
Tio? What?
I told you I'm fine. I just feel a bit unwell is all.
No, feeling unwell means you're not fine. There's gotta be some place to rest around.
Tio! Tio!
Oh no!
I'll go get a doctor.
Hurry! Tio! What is your connection with this damn drug, Tio? Have you been taking it somehow? Is that why you became so scared of it when you heard of it?
It was just her anemia acting up, thank goodness. After a bit of rest, she should be awake, and she should wake up and be as good as new.
That's good news, at least.
Her relief.
You said it. For that second there, I was getting pretty worried.
Still, I'm sorry we couldn't put her in a normal hospital bed. Mine was the only one available. Unfortunately, every room we have in the hospital is occupied right now.
That's alright. I'm sure your room will be more than enough to help Tio recover.
Seal, thank you so very much. Oh, don't mention it, Ellie. I have to work the night shift tonight, so it's perfectly fine if she wants to rest here until morning. Well, I'll be going then.
Thanks, Cecile.
We really appreciate the help.
Anemia, huh? You sure she's okay? Tio, if only we knew sooner.
Now I think about it, she first started to look a little sick during our conversation with Dr. Gunter. If I remember correctly.
It was when he started telling us about that drug those devil worshippers made.
I'm fine, you know. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Tio. Tio, you awake?
I'm so glad.
Yeah, I was worried, you know?
Oh!
Please, there is no need to be. Given that you are involved in the ongoing drug investigation, I know it's your duty to ask me. About everything I know, I mean.
Tio. Listen, Tio. Do you really think we need to we would push you to share something you're clearly uncomfortable talking about?
Huh? While the investigation is definitely important, these are two separate matters. You're more to us than just a colleague. Above all, you're an irreplaceable friend, Tio.
Everyone's got some bits of their past they'd rather not talk about. No, I guess mine can end up being out anyway. But if you really don't want to talk about what you know, Tsutai, we'll do everything we can to support that decision.
Ellie, Randy.
And that's how we all feel, Tio. But if you ever decide you want to tell us about the things you've kept hidden, if talking about them will help, if talking about them with us will help ease your burden even a little, then know that all of us would be happy to help shoulder it for you.
Lloyd. I'm constantly amazed by the embarrassing things you say when you get into one of your speeches. Not just you, but Ellie and Randy, too. Lloyd's cheesiness must be rubbing off on you.
Yeah, I think you got us there.
Clearly, we've been spending too much time listening to Lloyd.
Yeah, laugh it up.
No, happy. I've already told Lloyd part of the story, but let me explain from the start. When I was 5 years old, I was kidnapped and held captive by a cult of religious fanatics.
I see.
No,
Damn.
the cult's objective in doing so is still unclear, but one thing is clear. They were attempting to obtain something by rejecting the gods and worshipping devils. I think they saw me and the other captive children as offerings. Nothing more, nothing less. Simply a means to obtain whatever they wanted.
Offerings?
Yes, I call them offerings because sacrifices wouldn't exactly be right. Though I suppose it's possible the term could apply to some of the children.
Jesus Christ.
The cult had several lodges and each was experimenting with different rituals.
Wait, then your reactions in the Moon Temple and the ritual thing.
As for Lodge I was saying to, their rituals primarily involved various kinds of human experimentation.
Human experimentation? So that's why you got those enhanced senses of yours.
Precisely. Sensors were attached to our entire bodies, and we were pumped full of drugs. We attempted to enhance our 5 senses using any method imaginable. We even tried enhancing our sensitivity to supernatural phenomena by applying psychological stress and hypnosis.
That's just straight up torture at that point. What the hell?
For 3 long years. That was my life. Day in, day out.
And that's when Guy was sent out to go get you, wasn't he?
That can't be. Despite all that, I was one of the lucky ones. None of the children could withstand the procedures except for me. One by one, they began to disappear. And it was at the moment I became the last child remaining that I gained this power. My hearing became keen enough that even though through a massive rock wall separated us, I could hear the others' final cries as though I was right there in the room with them.
Jesus.
Tio,
Those monsters.
and something happened. Lloyd's brother, Guy, broke into the lodge.
So that's what.
The team accompanying Guy was able to neutralize the cult followers and dismantle the lodge's operation. The resistance was strong, but the moment the lodge fell, most of the cultists committed suicide. Guy passed by countless bodies littering the ground until he finally reached the ceremonial chamber. And there he found me, the only surviving child.
Jeez. I mean, I don't even know what to say. But I see why you admire Guy in a way.
By the time Guy found me, I was wasting away. So weak I was near death myself. I was quickly brought to this hospital and spent several months recuperating here.
So that's why you also got apprehensive during our first visit here. Because it brought back those bad memories.
What happened after that, I've already told Lloyd.
So that's what really happened.
Tio, in a cruel twist of fate, I was so grateful to Guy for saving me from that place. When I heard that he passed away 3 years ago, I didn't feel much of anything. As if in exchange for this power I had my emotions stripped away. That's how it felt to me, at least.
Tio.
And I think, back then, I actually wanted to ask him something. I want to ask a strong, impossibly optimistic person like Guy. How exactly should a broken person like me live? In the end, though, I missed my chance to ask. I ended up being recruited by the Epstein Foundation. After that, I joined the special support section and began to live with all of you. Even now, I still haven't figured out that answer. How should I live my life? And why? Why did I survive? Why am I here? Tio! You don't have to worry about that. It's okay to not know the answers. Everyone struggles with those very same questions. What?
Why are we here? How should we live our lives? There are many people out there who do have answers to those questions, Tio. Me, Helly, Randy, we're all lost, same as you. I know I definitely lost my way for a bit, that's for sure. So, Tio, there's no need to rush to find an answer to those questions. We got our entire lives to figure stuff out like that.
But
If you can't help but wonder what the answers are, all you need to do is keep searching for them. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. We can search for the answers together.
of course, that includes me. Randy, the Chief, Kia, even Zai. We're all here for you. We'll help you find the answers you're looking for. I know it. Lloyd really has rubbed off on you too. You're all making such cheesy speeches now. Why are you all like this?
Oh, we didn't really have a say in the matter, you know? The moment we joined the SSS, we were fated to fall victim to Lloyd's sappiness.
Randy's right. We're a team. We share what we feel, even if it is embarrassing. I don't really get why this is my fault, but I definitely agree with Ellie's last point. We share everything. Embarrassment, past pains, and of course our smiles and happiness as well. And that's what it means to be a team, right?
Please stop. All your sappy feelings are smothering me. I don't know how much more I can take.
Well, that's too bad.
For some reason, it's not a bad feeling.
No. Oh, you're gonna make me tear up, damn it. After their heartfelt talk, the SSS took the bus back to Crossbill City. When they returned to the SSS building and put an exhausted Tio in bed, Lloyd, Ellie, and Ray decided to have one more talk with Chief Sergey. Sergey.
Damn it. That name again. Gnosis.
Chief, it's about time you tell us. Please, tell us what my brother was involved in 6 years ago. And about the cult that kidnapped Tio. Please, you must be aware of everything that happened.
I have a feeling you knew what was up with Teotaf from the start. Of course I know about the cult. Back when they were at the height of their power, it was Guy and I who tracked down and took out one of their lodges.
You? You were a member? Then Chief, you were my brother's...
Yeah, I was Guy's superior officer. I guess even back then, I was a bit of an oddball in the force. So one day, I ended up with 2 unconventional rookies assigned to serve under me. One of them being your brother. Guy was impulsive, a bit reckless too, but he was a damn great detective. The other rookie was like 9 Day in terms of personality. 2 of them made a hell of a team.
So he's acting with the other rookie.
Don't tell me it's that Dudley guy from the First Division. Nah, Dudley was hired straight into the First Division. Guy was practically born for that division. As for the rookie, I bet you've heard of him somewhere before. His name is Arios McClain.
Excuse you? Arios? What? His daughter. The cult was involved with his daughter, wasn't it? He was part of the police.
He was. He traded his police badge in for the Bracers Gauntlet some years back. Now that's probably one of the reasons the police here in Crossbell have such a rocky relationship with the guild. Didn't see that coming.
My brother and Arios both joined the force at the same time.
Yeah, though Arias was a couple years older than Guy. And it showed. Arias was always a bit more mature. He's already a family man with a wife and a daughter at the time. Guy, on the other hand, was as bright-eyed as he was foolish. A wild card who was always rushing off to help people. I think there are many differences for the reason they got along so well, though. A little less than 2 years after joining the force, and those two were already being heralded as the CBD's rising stars.
Considering what we know about their skills, I can definitely see that.
Exactly. To be honest, I was damn proud of those boys. After all, not many people get the chance to mentor 2 fine young rookies like them. Our squad was able to accomplish a lot in the time we had together. To the point where the higher-ups decided to leave the joint investigation of a certain international case to us rather than the First Division.
Joint investigation? International case?
Wait, are you talking about... Yeah, it was about the cult. DG. That's their official name. Right now with the therefore sign in the middle.
DG? D, therefore G?
That's a therefore sign.
3 dots arranged in a triangle. It's a symbol used in mathematical proofs and logical arguments. What exactly does the D and G stand for?
We never solved the entire riddle. We did uncover the meaning of the G. The G, it stands for Gnosis.
The drug. The drug Dr. Gunther told us about. One rumored to use power borrowed from devils.
This can't be a coincidence. It's already been 6 years since that whole mess. Those zealots left behind a lot of mysteries, but I know one thing for sure. Out of my decades of service on the force, this group were the most disgusting pieces of shit I'd ever had the displeasure of encountering. Those bastards used kids as they kidnapped and sacrificed at their lodges.
Jesus Christ! Even freaking his own expressions.
He had an entire own disgust expression, and I can't blame him. What the fuck is this?
So then, the abduction case Mr. Grimwood mentioned yesterday, it was...
The DG cult. They have more than 10 active lodges spread all across Lemuria. And they perform various rituals in each of them.
I thought fucking Ouroboros was bad. What the fuck is this?
Summoning horrific devils, taking advantage of artifacts for their gain, experimenting on those poor children. And there was always one constant in their rituals, a mysterious drug called Gnosis.
What is this drug?
This is all a lot to take in.
How'd you end up solving the case that as messed up as this one? Ah, right. Like I said yesterday, this issue affects a number of countries, so they got together and organized a joint investigation.
Is that freaking Cassius?
Each country's army, police force, and Bracer Guild branches collaborated. Under the command of a certain famous Bracer, he launched a large-scale operation to round up and suppress every one of the cult launches.
That is Cassius, then.
And as for my small squad of 3, we were in charge of taking down a lodge located in the outskirts of Voltaire, located in Western Calvert. It was there that Guy rescued Tio Plato, who was 8 years old at the time. Tio was emaciated and barely responsive, and she was one of the lucky ones. After all, none of the art kids made it out alive. And even though what Tio had to go through was monstrous, there were even more horrific things happening to the kids at the other lodges.
What do you mean? Why? Why are people like this allowed to exist?
I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Compared to the criminals we dealt with here in Crossbell, these guys are a completely different level of twisted. Yeah. At any rate, after the operation 6 years ago, the cult was completely wiped off the map. All its zealots either committed suicide or suffered a psychotic breakdown and wasted away. Some have speculated there were a few survivors, but rumor has it the church and the society exterminated the rest of them. Nightmare knows the DG call should have finally been over.
Wait, the society? Some have speculated that there were few survivors, but rumor has it the church and the society has exterminated the rest of them. Are you talking about the Society of Ouroboros? Are you telling me that this cult was so bad that not even the society wanted them to exist? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Jesus Christ! What the hell? And now it seems the drug's back, so are they trying to bring it back? But now these blue pills have appeared. There's a chance these pills are the Gnosis it's the cult using their rituals.
Right now, that's just speculation on my part. If this is a real deal, I'm afraid the nightmare of 6 years ago might have resurfaced in another form. One that will entangle itself with this conflict between the two mafias. Sounds like things couldn't get any worse.
Jesus Christ! I thought the society was bad. The society sounds like friggin' kindergarten next to this.
But if all this is true, we have to do something.
I couldn't agree more. Lloyd, the one who killed your bar 3 years ago is still at large.
What?
I know. The leaders found and the case eventually went cold. It must have been some leader of Gnosis, or someone who was using Gnosis or whatever, who made it.
Yeah, there weren't any witnesses either. After I got transferred to the first, he'd only ever take on cases by himself.
It had to have been whoever's, or was like a leader of D&G. D therefore G.
It's been speculated that the culprit was an intelligence agent from Erebonia or Calvert, maybe a member of Revochet. Hell, some have even tossed around the idea of a Jaeger Corps or terror cell being responsible. However, there's always been another possible culprit in my mind. A remnant of the cult, right? Yeah, I'd say that possibility is even more likely now. For me, this whole thing is starting to look more and more like a chance to avenge my fallen subordinate. So sorry for my selfishness, but I'm gonna be butting in from now on.
Chief, there's no need to apologize. We'd love your help.
You trying to tell me you didn't butt in before now? Who can say? But anyway, I figure it's about time I told you. I might have found the special support section, but the one who first came up with the idea was Guy.
Really? What? This was Guy's idea.
But what about the SSS being created to oppose the guild's popularity?
That was just something I fed to the top brass to get him to agree to it. While he was still alive, Guy told me something I'll never forget. He said that what Crossbell needs is the strength to overcome its barriers. A place where young people can make mistakes, learn, grow, and combine their strengths into one. He told me he thought that was exactly what the police force needed.
Guy,
Damn, that brother of yours was sure was something, Lloyd.
so is that the reason Tio joined the SSS too?
Could be. I'm willing to bet she wanted more than anything to be part of a group that carried on Guy's will. Not that she's ever said as much to me.
Wow. I had no idea. Well, setting Guy aside for now, I think our most urgent priority is to stop the damage these drugs are causing. And regarding Kia, I think it's possible that what happened to her relates to the cult somehow. Exactly, yep. Jesus Christ! Again, the Ouroboros just looks innocent in comparison to freaking DG. I don't even know. Jesus. Ouroboros at least saved children. Sure, it may have turned them into psychopaths, but at the very least they lived, like in Ren's case. But... Jeez. Apparently, and if I'm reading it correctly again, DG may have been so bad that even the society was willing to help out potentially. Again, it said the society, and I can only assume they're talking about Society of Ouroboros. What other fucking society is there that I've forgotten about? Don't worry, there's only 4 full games of societies, of potential word society being placed in. I didn't even read that text. I think it's possible what happened to her is related to the cult somehow.
Guess we have to think about it, but it does seem likely. After all that talk about drugs being the cause of her amnesia.
Do you think she could have been forced to take that Gnosis stuff?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm beginning to think that as well.
Chief, can you leave the investigation to us while you protect Kia here? Since we have to coordinate with the 1st Division, we'll need someone to stay behind and give us orders while we're in the field.
Oh?
That's true.
Yeah, the way this case is shaping up, we're really gonna need someone calling the shots from back at base.
I'm sorry, Chief. I know you went out of your way to offer your help, but this is key to our success.
Alright. Okay, fine. Well, listen up. Just like before, I won't be giving you guys any direct instructions. You can have all the advice you want. I'll even take care of comms for you. You're going to make your own decisions and solve this case with your own will. Are you up to the challenge?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Sounds like we're gonna have our work cut out for us starting tomorrow.
Hell yeah. Ugh. The next day, 8 a.m. Are you sure you're okay, Tio? You can always wait here with the Chief and Kia if you don't feel well enough to go.
There's no need to worry. I was able to get quite a bit of rest, so I'm feeling much better than usual, actually.
Well, you do look a lot better than you did yesterday, that's for sure. Still, I was pretty surprised when Kia told me she wanted to sleep next to you last night.
I just felt like I wanted to all of a sudden. Hey Tio, did you sleep good?
Of course. I can only imagine the reason I'm in such pristine condition is because I spent so much time with you, Kia.
Yay!
You're a lifesaver, Keto.
Indeed. It's as if she's our very own special pick-me-up. Oh, that reminds me. I want you to promise me this one thing, Tio. If something like yesterday happens again, please tell us about it. Don't ball it up. It'll only make it that much harder on yourself. I want me to be harsh, but if you were to collapse in the middle of a fight, we'd all be in trouble. Roger. I'll keep that in mind. I'm a member of the Special Support Section, and I intend to stand on equal footing with the rest of you. So thank you. I'm lucky to have people like you who I can share my pain and burdens with. Ah, Tio.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, you can count on us.
Huh?
Sorry to step in and ruin this little moment of yours. You're planning to question some of the citizens suspected of drug use this morning, right?
Yes, sir. I wanted to confirm what we found in the First Division's report, if possible. And since we'll be busy anyway, we hope to take care of support requests as they come our way. Indeed. If we let this opportunity slip away, we might not have any time left to venture out in the city.
As of now, we want to look into that stockbroker in the residential district and that errand boy from the Saber Vipers. Finally, Arkansas's new cast member.
We're all acting a little strange yesterday, weren't they?
If you have time, you should go check in with Ian too. Now the two he told us about, it looks like the stockbroker is the same one from the first Vision's records. It seems like they don't know anything about the train company manager just yet.
Thanks for the advice. We'll make it a priority to stop by there. Dr. Gunter should be contacting us later with the drug composition results. Around noon, I think. Or maybe now. Hello, this is Lloyd Bannings of the Special Sports section.
Lloyd, it's me, Bixen.
Oh, hello, sir. This is a good timing, actually. How's Gans been holding up?
Yes, about that. He, seems to have disappeared again.
What do you mean? What? Can you fill us in on the details?
Of course, you see, Gans finally woke up late last night, but he kept fading in and out of consciousness, so we decided to let him continue to sleep for the time being. Just to be safe, I stayed with him overnight, thinking I'd report back to you today. But when I woke in the morning, Gans was nowhere to be found.
I see. Have you called the hotel or the casino?
Yes, but I was told that no one had seen him for quite some time. Lloyd, what should we do?
For now, I think it would be best if you stayed at the hotel, sir. It's possible that Gans might come back. We were already going out to gather some more information, so we'll make sure to keep an eye out for him. If something comes up, please don't hesitate to give us another call.
All right, thank you.
I hear that right? Gans disappeared again? Yeah, apparently he snuck out of the hotel this morning. Knowing what we know about the Gnosis drug, I'm wondering again. It seems like it might be corrupting them. If it's using the power of devils, then, well, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a surefire way to get possessed by one. And it would explain their strange, corrupted behavior that everyone's having when they take this drug. And again, it also explains their strength, the enhanced strength that they get. Either by his own accord, or all the more reason to check on the other individuals who have used this drug as well.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this.
The situation might be escalating faster than we anticipated. Don't worry about things here. Just go and find what you can.
Yes, sir.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Zai. So, apparently, this is, first off, the guides tell me this is, first off, it's technically the longest, day in the game, or whatever, something like that. But more importantly, we are close to the point of no return, aka the final chapter. I think this is the last, I think, like, oh my god. The chapter name. It makes so much more sense now, and that is terrifying to me. Sorry, that caught me so off guard and terrified me so much when I noticed it was called Creeping Wisdom, because it makes so much sense now. Orbital Staff Enhancement, Stargazer's Tower, a bunch of monster exterminations. Thanks, game. I want to perform an upgrade to that Orbital Staff of yours from the Epstein Foundation. Would you let me take a look at it? I will discuss the details in person. Come to the factory in the downtown district. So, apparently, I think we are now in the end game. Like, we're about to enter the final chapter soon. Looking at the... It's saying that there is a boss fight near, at some point during this chapter, and that we'll be entering some place, apparently. And that once we get there and fight that boss, we will no longer be able to explore Crossbell and its surroundings freely, apparently. Because that, apparently, the final chapter does not allow you to explore things. Let me just make sure this guy's real quick. Let's see here. Just go through this real quick. Yeah, we're getting really close to the final chapter. So, for now, we're going to go ahead and end things here for today, and we'll work on this stuff next time. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace.